90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Is that fight happening in Vegas still? Because
I'll let you guys know when it's time to let you know.
Regarding this TKO boxing thing, it did seem kind of interesting because I know that there was the Netflix upfronts, and I believe there were rumors that perhaps something was going to happen there with this Canelo and Crawford event. And Turkey was pretty big on making it clear that you would be the head promoter, and then he did say, actually, you were going to be head promoter, and they didn't have a broadcaster, and then it was actually Sella's going to promote it, and it's going to be DAZN pay-per-view, Ring Magazine, all of that stuff.
And what happens when boxing's slickest tactician goes up against Mexico's pound-for-pound king? You get one of the most unexpected, jaw-dropping moments in modern fight history. Because at Canelo Alvarez vs. Terrence "Bud" Crawford's official press conference, the world didn't just get a stare down, we got a straight-up shockwave. One that flipped the narrative on its head and had every major outlet scrambling for a headline.
It's their levels and their stars and superstars. Okay, and they made the championship, not the championship made them.
This was more than simply a news gathering. It was a statement, a warning, a psychological game. And guess what? Terrence Crawford won the round. Let us break it down. So, what exactly happened? The event kicked off in Vegas, set up like a Super Bowl but for fists, and everyone was expecting the usual polite trash talk and some predictable "I'm ready."
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, 2 fighters, but
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. We want to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fight ever happen in boxing, and I am sure.
And fist up. Starts good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
Crawford, on the other hand, arrived prepared to fight, while Canelo stayed calm. Crawford turned up the pressure, snatching the mic and delivering a cold, calculated message that had Canelo tight and the crowd shook. "You're in your prime, and I'm in mine, but I'm smarter and stronger and I've never tasted defeat." Canelo did not move, but the entire world did. What makes this fight extra crazy is that it's no longer simply boxing. It's Netflix 10, DAZN 10, and UFC 10. Yes, Turkey Alalshik is backing it. This is the fight of the century. Dana White is definitely involved, and the bag behind this one is ridiculously hefty. But let's talk about why this fight is more than simply historic, it's deadly.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence "Bud" Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, "Can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life." And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Canelo Alvarez, 34, is coming off a dominant win over William Skull and holds all 4 super middleweight titles.
He boxed a little bit too much, defensive-minded a little bit too much.
Right hand to the body there from Canelo. Ultra elusive, if you want to call it that, in Aristani Lara. Right hand.
Crawford is 37 years old, a perfect 4-division world champion, and he still has that wicked timing and Omaha-born guts. But here's the odd part. Crawford is stepping up to weight classes to make this fight happen. That is not a jump, it's a leap from the fighting cliff.
I'm saying at once. Right. I'm saying I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up 160.
Right. One jump.
Yeah, one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
People forget, but Crawford began at lightweight. He's been gradually climbing and conquering, but super middleweight is Canelo's playground. The weight advantage may not be just size, it might be power, durability, and ring mastery. But don't think Bud is frightened, he's hunting.
Every time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canelo. You're right. Yeah, you know how Billy do it too. Yeah. Every time. I be like, man, come on, man. Yeah. So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay. And he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, all right. And I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. You know, and then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, well, Canelo 5'7", you know, my arm's longer.
Yeah.
He's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
You know, it be, to me, skill for skill.
Right.
You know, because Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter. So I just started looking into it, and I'm like, man.
Now let's talk about the news conference. Shock. Most people expected Crawford to play it cool. Some even expected him to hold back, given his major disadvantage in this fight. But instead, he went full assassin mode, grabbing receipts and calling out Canelo for evading him for years, even insulting his last several opponents.
I've been beating up big dudes all my life.
Cause they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
That definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments. You know, I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or...
Canelo did not reply with words, but his eyes spoke volumes. We've seen this before. Remember when Billy Joe Saunders tried to rattle him, or when Caleb Plant got in his face? Canelo used body hits and highlight reel knockouts to shut down anyone who tried to play mind games. But Crawford is smarter, sharper, and meaner than that.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev
we have to
was
respect
older.
the power of Canelo.
He does. Billy Joe. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see his fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be.
Let's not act like Terrence Crawford came out of nowhere for this fight, okay? He's been calling Canelo out for years, as if this was nothing new, even though everyone claimed it was impossible, too small, and too dangerous. Canelo does not need him, but Crawford stayed focused. He never wavered or pretended to be timid.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man type. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Masvidal.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
While Canelo was out here shrugging him off, saying he had nothing to prove to Crawford and would only consider it if the bag made sense, Bud was mentally shadowboxing him.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2, 3 weights plus less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlooking any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
Every interview, every post-fight Mike Capture Crawford has made it plain that this is not about chasing a check. It's about reputation. He's going up to weight classes not for clout, but because he truly wants to fight the best, and that mentality is dangerous. He's coming in full of confidence, power, and energy. I told you I was made differently. He is not intimidated by the moniker of underdog. In fact, it drives him.
Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happens.
Yeah,
next.
However, not everyone is buying into the Crawford frenzy. Boxing star Shane Mosley just came out swinging, saying Bud's heart may be larger than his frame, which may be a problem. He mentioned that if Crawford stays in the pocket with Canelo, he is done. He is not made for that weight. And honestly, he has a point. Because while Crawford looked bulked up at the press conference, let's be honest, size matters at 168 pounds. And Canelo is built like a tank. Let's add a storyline twist. This battle isn't just about belts. It's about pound for pound power, legacy, and ego. Canelo has been the best fighter for years, but if Bud Crawford defeats him, he will be unquestionably the greatest of this time, and Crawford is well aware of this. That's why he is putting everything on the line, including the weight jump, the power difference, and the naysayers. He wants GOAT status.
When did it come to a point, how long ago was it for yourself when you realised that the Canelo Alvarez fight is a possibility for you?
Just you know what I mean, looking over the landscape of boxing and the opportunities and the accomplishment that Canelo had, and sizing them up and things like that. I know we ain't never been in the ring before, but it's a great opportunity for me in my career.
And that idea of yourself of chasing greatness, inside, how much does that excite you over that with it all together, that idea of chasing greatness? It's always something you've done, to do that sort of stepping up in weights. How much is that an exciting proposition for you?
Oh, it's very exciting. It's like throwing gasoline on a bucket of fire. I'm very competitive, and I'm looking to be competitive in a fight in September.
He silenced naysayers at 147 when Spence was supposed to stop him. Crawford turned that man into a meme. That was more than simply a win, it was dominance that put him on the map. Now he wants to do the same to Canelo. But at 168 pounds, it's a completely different game.
I can't go down anymore. But like he say, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terrence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
Don't underestimate the commercial side. With Dana White involved, this will be the most spectacle-filled boxing event in years. Think lights, fireworks, and WrestleMania-style walkouts, as well as a global Netflix stream. It puts boxing back into the mainstream spotlight, and that three-city media tour Saudi Arabia, New York City, and Vegas. This is no longer just a fight. It has become an event. If we're being honest, Crawford lives as an underdog. People bet against Crawford because of his size, but keep in mind, abilities pay the bills. And Crawford has the cleanest timing, nastiest counters, and meanest switch hit footwork in the game. Let's speak about skills because Crawford is more than just smooth. He's surgical. We're talking top footwork, seamless stance, switching from orthodox to spa, and a razor-sharp ring IQ that allows him to download opponents mid-fight like he's wearing artificial intelligence gloves. His timing is amazing. He can counter off the back foot, stalk you down with pressure, or draw you in with feints before unleashing that sniper-like straight left. His punch placement is perfect. He doesn't just hit hard, he hits smart. Defensively, his head movement and ability to roll with shots make him hard to track. Crawford isn't just trying to survive at 168, he's coming to outbox the bigger guy, and he has the skills to do it. Funny enough, when Canelo faced Mayweather, he was the youthful lion with power but little polish. Today, the roles have flipped. Crawford has the brains of a killer and the patience of a surgeon. And if Canelo thinks he's just another power puncher, he's in for an unpleasant shock. That's why the boxing world is split. On one side, Canelo's supporters say this is an easy dub for the Mexican king. They point to the weight differential, power difference, and skill at 168. Crawford is too little. They say this isn't 147.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
But then there are the Bud supporters, diehard fans, and experts who say, no, Crawford is pound for pound #1 for a reason. They say that talent outweighs stature, and Bud's IQ, quickness, and adaptability make him the real threat. It's more than just a fight. It's a clash of eras, styles, and legacies. And after that press conference, let's just say Bud is already up 1-0 in the psychological war. Some fans think Crawford has been training for Canelo for over a year, bulking up in secret while criticizing him online. Others say Canelo just took this fight because the pressure from Turkey and Netflix made it too big to pass up. In any case, it'll take place on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. No more running.
Who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the fact.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again.
So who's truly ready? Will Canelo's experience, size, and pressure be too much? Or will Crawford's speed, IQ, and amazing accuracy be enough to pull off one of modern boxing's biggest upsets? One thing is certain, given what happened at the press meeting, this isn't just hype, it's war. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Who do you have? Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.